Let me see. Uh, how's it going? What you doing? I was like, notice you canceled the $5. You sent it to my Cash App, and I don't use mine. I thought you sent it to Serene's. That's the one where things go through and stuff. But yeah, don't worry about it. Keep your money. How's it going? You wouldn't accept it. It was on the Cash App. I don't check. I don't check that Cash App. I only knew because I saw an email about it. I hope the rest of your family isn't on food stamps or EBT, whichever one you guys know it as. If the government shutdown continues, nobody's gonna get any next month. At least not over here in Utah. Um, so yeah, I hope your family's safe and stuff. Um, don't worry. Mom isn't on any government help. That's good. That's good. What up, Chevelle or whatever your name is? And yeah, don't worry about it, nerd. Keep your $5. Though we might need it next month because we are on government help, so we should be fine though. It's so crazy. So many people are gonna go hungry, and I've been seeing posts about this on like Facebook and stuff. Yeah, my military resident isn't doing so well. Military resident? What does that mean? Um, like somebody that lives at what is this called? In the dorms, also does military stuff. I've been watching her constantly give plasma, and I worry for her. She isn't getting paid because of the shutdown. What do you? Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about? Oh yeah, she is in the military to pay for her college. Oh, okay. So she does both. She actively goes to duty whenever they call her in, and then when she has downtime, she goes to college. That sounds intense. That sounds like a lot of work, a lot of mental stress too. Jesus. But what's up, cry about it? But oh, because she works for the government or they work. I don't know if it's a he or she, but oh no, you said her. To pay for her. So and because the government shut down, that means the military cannot pay for her stuff, huh? What's up, Vaz? Thank you for the pumpkins, you nerd. Serene just told me you said hi. Better late than never, though, huh? Um. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. No, what the fuck? See, this guy doesn't care about nothing and nobody, bro. Like he really doesn't. He diverted all that money into military spending, and the military is like the individuals, the actual people that make up the military. Because to me, that's what the military is, right? It's not the guns, it's not the bases, it's not any of the equipment, it's none of that. It is the individuals. It's not even the colonels or the majors. It is the individuals. You know, to me, that's the military. Those are the people that need to be taken care of. It's pretty insane to see people suffer from his actions real time. It is. It's beyond fucking insane. And on my Facebook feed, people were like, "Oh, over here in Utah, blah blah blah. It's a good thing we have so many food pantries and stuff. Food banks and food pantries can barely support the homeless. There's an insane amount of people. that are housed and depend on food stamps or EBT or whatever you want to call it, EBT, SNAP benefits, whatever you want to call them. And the people that are so ignorant saying, "Oh, food banks," they either never go to food banks or they actually lack the mental capacity to do a quick simulation to see what that would be like. Because yeah, it's not just go to your local fucking no, it's not. It's not. That's just hard to do and hard to get decent food from there. When you're the first person in line on the day that they get fresh fucking food, and even on that day you may leave there without any food if you get there too late. Like, yeah, that's not how it works. There's not enough. No. And the volunteers. Who's gonna volunteer there 24 hours a day for free? What up, MUSA? Right, I hate when people speak for others. My boyfriend does it sometimes, and I have to explain too. Explain to him why some people are suffering. So you too were cursed slash blessed with a decent amount of empathy, um, or at the very least, you're able to see. How is it that they say? Systems thinking. I believe that's the wording for it. Basically means that you're able to see how a thing operates. So like I tell you EBT, you see how EBT came to be, and then how it works, and you know how people are affected by EBT. Is that accurate? Can you do that? He grew up with privilege and doesn't have to care about politics. Oh, I mean, I know a lot of people that grew up in the BS that we, I think you and I grew up in fucked up situations. Obviously, to compare them side by side is silly because it was very different, but we've had to endure a lot. Um, and I've seen people that's grown up in similar situations to us that are just as like hop on a voice chat. Wait, I don't want to type, but I want to speak. You want to talk like in my chat? I don't think I could stream with somebody else on OBS, and I don't think I could let you hop in on Tickety Ticks because I'm not using the platform directly. I'm using it through OBS. Oh, but we could do a voice. Bit my lip that last time. We could do a voice call, and I could just put my phone by the mic, and that way you and I can talk, and the chat gets to hear too. No. Stacy went huzzah. The ring said hi, Stacy. Am fired, Jason. Kiki Mama, Kiki Mama, Kiki. What the heck is Kiki Mama? I really hope you have all that saved because to type all that out every time is ridiculous. Freddie and Kara. What up, Freddie and Kara? I've been seeing a lot of like couple names. Should I call you a messenger? The quality on messenger is so poopy though. What else you got? Surely you got something better than messenger. Hmm. Discord? I'm not a big fan of Discord either. What is better than Messenger? Just about anything's better than. Yeah, excuse me, my voice. Just about anything's better than Messenger, really. What is up with my voice? I'm trying to speak in a very specific manner, and it's like, yeah, literally, I can't hit that one. I don't even know a note. Is that what we're calling it? I don't know. The possibilities are. Oh, man. See, but I set this to gaming, and this is turning into a talking one. Oh well, I'll just clip it and post it. And clip, post. What a Jade. I hate clipping though. Guys, I need somebody to clip stuff for me. When I get really, really, really big and I make a shitload of money, I'll pay you. Too broke right now. Laugh, man. It's true. I will pay them later. We were already on speaker system. Thank you for the follow. Chris, control alt freeze. Oh, it is on speaker. Oh, you're muted. Oh, it's supposed to be gaming, yeah. We're talking about stuff instead of gaming. What other people think? No, I don't. That's why I don't want them bringing it up. Everybody's a fucking moron. I don't want to hear their opinions. Um, like, if somebody comes into my shit talking about the Cheeto Man is a good person, what am I supposed to do? Just sit there and be like, oh yeah, your opinion differs from me, and like, considering the fact that it's not just a differing opinion, people are suffering actively, and this individual is over here defending the individual, making others suffer. That's a level of cognitive dissonance that I cannot allow in my life or within my circle. For I have grown to a stage where I understand now that the only thing that's going to come from engaging with those individuals is that I'm going to try to get them to see differently, and that's not going to work, and it's going to end poorly, or me walking away eventually, anyways. So I that's such a small percentage. And then maybe you need to get into something where you talk to people. No, not into politics, but into something, because that ability is rare. I used to try very often, but at the end of the day, like, okay, I used to get similar experiences, but at the end of the day, they always used to fall back on the same thing, and that was the most disheartening thing. That's literally why I don't even try anymore. Because for somebody to come at me and be like, the world sucks and the world's horrible, and then we sit there and we have these heartfelt discussions, and it could take days, months, years, even sometimes. And at the end of the day, we've identified the things that we need to change within ourselves to lead better lives. And they fall back into the same exact stuff and they start talking the way they used to talk. And I don't know. I don't know. It's so weird, bro. I don't know.
is giving supplies and 3 times a week to kids because military is still work, but they're not still work. He's behind on his home and things like that. And it's really just hard. And then there's like even going around. So in the state of Arkansas right now, and I know it's rural because I'm not very like thinking about food stamps and like the policies that are going on right now. But I know that right now in Arkansas, it's big conversation with conservatives that this, if anything, a woman could be able to buy healthy food. And there was this lady who I seen on a talk show, and she was saying she was on food stamps, and there's no excuse why people on food stamps could be purchasing very unhealthy food and dying food when they could just budget. Like thinking back to when my mom came on food stamps, thinking back to those times and like what she did. Many of them like what could have been using food stamps really only being able to afford healthy food. My my sociologist said there's two kind of big takeaways because she's very open about her redneckness and how she grew up. She's a very liberal woman, and she was saying to buy healthy things, it's more expensive, you get less. When you buy unhealthy things like crackers or something like that, it's cheaper and you get more. So more to feed your family. And I was like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. And I don't know the price of food now. And I do remember my mom talking a lot about it when I was little. So I don't know if this would hold true now, but I actually would love to know. What, another question for you. I want to know.
Yes.
Do you rely solely on your food stamps budget?
No. Most people don't. Food stamps isn't enough. When I was homeless, as you and most of my viewers know, I was homeless for 6 years. Um, Food stamp, you get like 2 weeks, and homeless you can't just buy healthy. Like you have no way to store anything, and going to the store every day isn't like. And it's very similar for other families too. Sorry, I really wanted to get into everything that you were talking about because I pretty much been on food stamps my entire life, which is a significant portion without saying any numbers. I'm sorry. Oh, Serene as well, apparently, which doesn't surprise me. She's also had a gajillion brothers and sisters, and there's no way that two individuals can fucking support a family that size by themselves. Um, but yeah, did you have any other questions?
So what I'm getting to here is the consensus that I came to was based solely on the past. It makes sense for the past, but I like really actually curious how now. So I was talking to my friend, he's kind of involved in politics, guy, and he's very amazing. He's had so many past presidents, he's gone to the White House, he, he's kind of done it all. But he doesn't know how stands nowadays. Like he knows about the policies, and like we both can relate to when we were littler, and we can agree that if they would have been asked this question back in the day, then families would struggle as much to be able to afford these policies. But now, I just don't agree with more expensive. And so I'm just wondering, like, average household, like a single mom and a kid would get $125 a month. Is that accurate?
Nowadays,
Yeah.
absolutely not. I was getting no more. I was getting $200 just for myself throughout the time that I was homeless. As a matter of fact, I think in Florida I got a little bit more, and then over here in Utah, they gave me less. Um, and if you have a kid, they give you more. Yeah, Deacon, you could add me. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be playing anytime soon. D Clan, whatever your name is. So you could add me, but don't like jump into the party.
Okay. And that the thing that you said about homeless people not having any way to store the fresh fruit. I didn't even think about that. And so it really makes me wonder, these policymakers, they have so much time to think about all the possible outcomes. They're just not.
They're falling completely and
Um,
utterly short or ignoring the reality blatantly. And the second one to me seems more likely because come on, like you don't have to be a professor or have be a fucking genius in any way, shape, or form to sit there and empathize with an individual on something so basic. We all have to go home and figure out how to store our shit well enough so it can last, and that is inside of a home. There's no way that they don't
right.
have the cognitive ability to sit there and figure out. Like you can imagine, right, Stacy? Have you ever been on the streets? No, right? You've always been housed.
Right.
Yeah, but you can imagine it, right? I mean, you missed the storage part, but to some degree, you could imagine yourself homeless, right?
I actually didn't even think about homeless people at all.
Wow, you're just thinking about the people that are housed and with food stamps.
Yes, I was thinking about the families because most of the arguments are it's cheaper to buy. They use the word junk food, but they really mean like things like
Processed.
bread, crackers, like
Yeah, yeah,
crunchy
processed.
things. The argument is like families buy a lot of that stuff to be able to make construct and feed families. So it didn't even occur to me to think about homeless people. I was just thinking about families.
That's crazy because this is gonna impact the homeless people the most. Again, I used to get 2 weeks out of it, and then I used to eat pure shit. The things at the food banks and at like soup kitchens, like a lot of that stuff. A store would have thrown it away. They wouldn't have sold it to somebody. And stores have really nasty practices about selling super old shit to people. And yeah, a store wouldn't even sell it to you. And the homeless people get it days, sometimes even weeks later. Um, so more often than not, the food stamps is what kept me going. If I didn't have that, I don't even want to know what the heck would have happened to me because that other shit used to literally give me horrible diarrhea and vomiting. And I wasn't always in the shelter. And for a while there, I worked. Like how do you take time to go vomit or shit? If you're at work or if you're not in the shelter, where do you shit? Just shit yourself out there in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. I feel bad for those people right now. The people with houses, at least they get to take a shower. They can be sick. They can be hungry. They have air conditioning. They have a bed. You know, like
Yeah. Okay. So you also mentioned that most people on food stamps they use their own money and food stamps combined together. Was Do you know like a lot of people? Could you say that it's more like more people on food stamps or more people spend their money on food stamps, or there's a lot of people who buy
since I was little, I have never known a family that could survive solely on food stamps. That's always been an impossibility. If you have food stamps and you don't have any source of income, you are going to food banks. It simply does not stretch.
yeah, that's what that is the place I come to. So the decision that I came to the other day was if my mom could do it, then all these other people could do it. Um, and like I explained it to my boyfriend because I couldn't understand about it. I was a kid who grew up with a family having plentiful money, who was a plan baby, and people was like, this is told me, like he explained it to me, and I was saying, like, I think I'm leaning more on the side of you just let them spend their money on whatever gets their family by. Because
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, so I think that people who overbuy like crackers and sell or not crackers, candy and chips and sodas and like food stamps to buy like things like get their nails done and stuff like that. He thinks that those people are stressful. And then he was like saying that if families are really in dire need, well, obviously that's healthy food that I don't think that they're only going to put metal food. I think they're just going to limit like things like crackers, chips, and candies and stuff like that. Because there's nothing wrong with that. I think everybody could benefit from feeding themselves a little bit better. And he was saying, it's so, that if these families were actually working, then they could do more meals. They're not cooking meals, but they're healthy. There are the alternatives like processed canned meals and stuff like that. Like make things like spam rice and eggs. And so it's like, you're doing this, and not like that. That's bad. It's now being for someone else's situation because there are so many possibilities. I didn't think of before I came to that conclusion. Like, oh yeah, spam rice and eggs is perfect.
Spam is actually expensive and it doesn't give you much of a bang for your buck. When it comes down to meat, the best thing to do is to buy real meat and cook it yourself. So, for instance, just be careful with chicken because chicken's pretty dangerous nowadays. Um, but anyways, so okay, so that was your thingy, right? I wanted to throw something out there. What was it that you were saying? Let me see. Okay, so yeah, spam is expensive. And it's super ultra crazy processed. And the thing about eating healthier, okay, so you know how I said that I've never met a family that can just survive off of food stamps alone.
Yeah.
So if a family can't survive off food stamps alone, what are they doing? They're trying to make money. And the most common way to make money is going out there and getting a job, which is extremely time consuming. And if not getting a job, then they're making money in some illegal way, which is just as, if not even more time consuming. When have you ever made homemade bread?
What did you say?
Have you ever made homemade bread?
No, but you're going to say like they have no time for cooking, or if they do, they're extremely exhausted from working their full time job.
We Every time we go to make bread or really anything with flour, we start in the mornings because if not, we end up eating at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Not to mention, who gets taught how to do that? I taught myself. Who has time to learn? The whole system has always been a rat race. And when you're running, what else can you do while you're running? Somebody, if somebody's chasing after you right now, do you have time to take your phone out and call the cops or like anything? It's all a rat race. Some people are born with enough time to plan for the rat race, but there's so many of us, like the people that can't do the system in general. I was born into a world that couldn't answer my questions. And in school, people will get mad at me. And by people, I mean the teachers will get mad at me because there wasn't an end to my questioning. And in the end, they all told me the same thing. Like, because that's just the way it is. So you have to believe it. And I said, what? That doesn't make any sense. You need to prove this shit to me. The fuck? That doesn't make any sense. You don't, like, you can't even answer my questions. What the fuck should I believe? Um, Fuck, I lost my train of thought because that shit's so real, bro. That experience was so real. It was, oh yeah, they can't
That
do the
was
system.
literally me.
I'm sorry?
I said that was literally me as a kid. I told myself I'd become a scientist because only science gave me answers.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I remember the point. So yeah, I couldn't do the system. Just going to school, which by the way, was before I was born, and still is mandatory. The government forces you to send your child to school, and if you and the child has no type of schooling, do you know what happens?
Parents get sent to jail.
They go to jail, and the child gets yeah. I have literally had insomnia my whole life. My earliest memory is laying next to my grandmother while she was sound asleep, and the whole house was still and quiet and sound asleep, hearing tick, 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 tick. That's one of my earliest memories, or maybe my earliest memory. And I got older, and they tried to get me on a schedule. I have never been able to wake up at the hour necessary. I did decent in the school until the teachers basically shattered my trust in them. And then the rest of my life has just been trying to survive in a system that needs me to be awake during the day when I cannot. Needs me to remember the shit that they want to tell me when it makes no sense, and I cannot believe in it, so I cannot abide by it, and I cannot follow those rules. And you're just surviving. I finally caught a break, and I managed to see what was going on with my body, and that forced me to learn more about cooking. And I'm in a position right now that the things that are happening hopefully aren't going to affect me much. But if I was the same me that got housed in 2017, I'd be fucked. I'd be fucked, and I'd be struggling, and yeah.
I
Thank you for the follow.
stories like yours, I can't but think about how much it would have been for people who went through things like you did. And nowadays, we're thinking more than ever, especially there's so much more division now. And there's so many reasons, more reasons why families are being broken apart, whether that be their kid is seeing a whole bunch of gender dysmorphia stuff on TikTok, and now the kid is questioning their gender identity and their parents don't agree with it. And so that's breaking families apart. Their political differences are breaking families apart. There's so many reasons why we're separated now. And the thing that I see the most is families with unity learning. There are so many more people to help you, so many more people to call and talk to, more people around the point. So that's one of the things that I want to prioritize going forward in my life is building that community and not isolating myself, which is so hard because like with my mom and stepdad, we just always small celebrating and there's like so now now I don't have that slowly trying to build it back up, but it's just kind of hard when that's something that you grew up with.
It can be, but more often than not, most of us are born into very toxic traditions, and the people around us are incapable of changing or adjusting. And the ones that need it the most are the ones that are always ostracized the most. The other people that can survive in the world better, they're the ones that everybody ends up liking and stuff because they're the least work. Community is good and can be good, but it needs to be built meticulously. So maybe it's a blessing that you're more or less alone right now, because that way you can start fresh, hopefully with higher standards than what you would have had if you would have just kept what you were born into it. I mean, when I was young, I had plenty of people around me, but the older I got, the more I wanted out of life and out of myself, and the more I saw that nobody else was even asking what they wanted out of life, much less out of themselves. And that's when I realized that I can't be around people like that. Like, my life isn't the only thing that needs work. So many things about me that I need to change, and I want to change right now. Like my friend Annette, I don't remember exactly how old I was, but it was around the time that you were gonna be born, and I sat with her in her car, and we were smoking some weed, and I was like, "Where do you see yourself in 10 years, in 5 years?" And she was like, "Oh, my card paid off, and pretty much that's it. Her card's paid off, and her life's completely the same." And she was popping pills like crazy. I was worried for her. She was smoking all the time. She was working nonstop and like partying, and that's it. That was her life. And I was like, "Okay, well, what about 10 years?" She said, "Oh, I'll have my own place by then." That's it. That's it. That's it. I literally asked her, oh yeah, what about all these fucking cigarettes? What about all these fucking pills? What about all these fucking drugs? She's like, oh, I'll still be doing it. I'm like, really? And yeah, bro, like, I don't know. The world disappoints me.
Definitely. I really wanted to go on this study abroad trip, and one of my friends told me that we're supposed to collectively fundraise $6,000. So it's $5,000 per person.
Wow. Have you done the math? Because every time a car breaks down, it's several $1,000s. And if you don't have that, because I was thinking about that earlier today myself, actually, how I'm probably blessed not to have any type of vehicle. Like I've had people that went and got themselves a brand new car, and literally right off the lot, that shit broke down on them, and they had to take it right back.
I know some friends that like the car is pretty well maintained. Um,
Um, and they got you like that, huh? Yeah. Well, do you think it would be the same if you rode something else that was in a car? Nah, motorcycle's a death trap. Scooter still a death trap, but it's not as bad. And by a scooter, I mean a moped. You know what a moped is?
oh yeah, I love mopeds.
Yeah, why not do something like
No, but I need a car.
that?